How lucky are the Elite 11 quarterbacks right now in LA? One of the nation's best cornerbacks, Elbert the Rock Hill, he's in LA, but he's not covering any of those wide receivers that Jonas Williams is throwing past to. But we're going to talk to him on this episode of Locked On USC.
You are Locked On USC, your daily podcast on the USC Trojans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, fight on, everyone. I'm your host, Marc, and thanks for making Locked On USC. It's part of the Locked On Network, your first listen every day. Whether you are watching this show on YouTube, wherever you want to download this podcast, pick your platform. This show is always free, and this show will always appreciate your support. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com, and you're going to get 50% off your first year. All right. Can everyone smell what USC and what The Rock is bringing, what he's bringing to USC right now? USC didn't just go into the Buckeye State just once. They did it twice. First, my everydayers, you remember Sean Alston, the running back, he was on the show, had him on about a month ago. They weren't done. USC said, you know what, if they're going to let us have Sean, we're going to go take the best prospect, regardless of position, out of the state of Ohio. His name is Elbert Rock Hill. So now that he's here, I cannot tell you how excited I am to introduce you to the Trojan family. Elbert, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. First question for you. First question. How did you get the nickname Rock?
So the reason I got the nickname Rock is when I first ever started playing football, I was at football practice, and then we were running laps, and I was kind of in the back, and then this guy who owns the team, he was real close with my dad, and he knew my dad as Rock, and then I was running kind of slow, and then they asked who I was, and then he was just oh, that's Rock. That's his son, and then it just stuck with me ever since then. Everybody's just been calling me Rock.
Why I'm giggling about that is because Elbert is anything but slow. So the fact that nickname kind of stuck with you is kind of funny because you're fast.
Yes,
now,
sir.
You were the second highest rated player in USC's 2026 recruiting class. Number one class in the country. Only player rated above you is Marc. But this defensive back class that USC is bringing in is freaking amazing.
No, sir.
Back when you committed on May 2nd, you said, my visit was great, just having fun, meeting the incoming players, and the players are already there. The coaching staff continues to excite me about USC. Why is USC the place to be right now, Phil?
Definitely for me, I say this is the place for me because just like the people around it, the commits, they're just building a very special class. And as a guy like me, I love to compete. I love to go in where the best people is, and I want to show what I what I have to offer. And then just Coach Belk and Coach Reed, I feel I can just trust in them, and really they can develop me and put me where I want to go. Not just get drafted, but I want to go first round, and I believe they can really develop me to go first round.
I love the goals you're setting for yourself. Look, I've been following USC for a long time. This has the potential to be the best defensive class ever. The potential is really there. I want to remind everybody, R.J. Sermons was supposed to be part of this class as well, but he was classified into 2025, so he's going to have a head start a little bit. They're still bringing you in. Brandon Lockhart, Madden Reardon, Ralph Collins. I brought this up with Brandon when he came on the show, with Brandon, with Madden. Talk about the advantage, because you mentioned the coach's name already. Talk about the advantage you have knowing that the defensive staff has such a heavy defensive back mindset. Gametime Lynn, Doug Belk, Trevon Reed. These are all defensive backs at heart. How much does that play into your recruitment?
It played a lot into my recruitment because you also want to go to a place where somebody had experience in what you did. So me choosing them, knowing they had experience, I know this might be definitely the best place for me to be and develop.
I remember watching you being interviewed about a year ago, and USC's name never even came out of your mouth at that point.
Yes, sir.
You were quoted by the local newspaper. they were with me consistently, always put their arms around me and my family. Hill said, I just want to make a name for myself somewhere else. I feel like I can go anywhere and perform and play my game. So when you committed, that's what you said. A year before that, I heard every program was in the book except USC's. When did that process start with you at USC?
Definitely. I'll say that process started with me with USC was just like during the football season. Most teams kind of like fell off, wasn't consistent, and USC was just very consistent with me. They called me every day, check on me, see how I was doing, and ever since then, like I just know it was like a great place I should be because you should always want to go somewhere where you feel like you're most wanted, and I feel like I was most wanted here.
I know how much USC wanted you. And everybody who watches this show, they understand I'm not a huge star rankings guy. I really don't care about that because it's so subjective. But for me, my whole philosophy is show me who's recruiting you, and I'll tell you how good you are. Your list of offers, USC, Ohio State, Alabama, Oregon, Penn State, I mean, enough said. So I was watching your junior year film. The one play that really stuck out, that grabbed my attention the most, was when you chased down, it looked like a running back 80 yards downfield. But you were on the opposite side of the field, not even really involved in the play, but you ran it down and made it look easy. I thought that was your most impressive play. I soon found out that wasn't. It was actually their first year in varsity, freshman. You remember that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk about that. I mean, in your wildest dreams, was that going to happen?
No, sir. So, freshman year, it was just kind of crazy for me, So I really didn't play that much as a freshman. I was really just kind of involved on the kickoff team. So I had a couple of buddies who actually kind of played, and it just like made me feel like I want to get out there and do something. When I get the chance, I'm gonna go out there and make a play. So then we were playing Benedictine, and I finally got my shot. And I caught a pick six. It was like 100 and something yards. It was just like I was amazed, bro. I didn't believe that I can do it. And then when I did, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. This is my sport. I definitely can do this.
Like I said, I heard that story from a little birdie, someone close to you, and I was like, wow, first play in his career, varsity level, pick six, and it's the longest play in the history of your school.
Yes, sir. But they got called back because they said I kind of pushed the guy to the ground.
Oh,
so I was kind of hurt after, but I still put it on my film. It was still a play for me.
I didn't hear that part of the story. And had you not told it, I don't think anybody would have cared. But that's hysterical. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
You brought it up on, you started off doing kickoff returns, special teams. Part of your highlight film was also, the first part of it was you on offense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know the name of Dory Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Has USC kind of said, hey, you know what? We might look at you on both sides of the ball. Has that been addressed, or are you strictly coming as a DB?
So kind of, not really. I mean, they kind of really told me that they really want me on the defensive side first, and then I can kind of like build up into the offensive side a little bit.
Like I said, you got speed to burn. That play when you chase down the other player from the other side of the field, that is that fight on, never quit attitude that I think every coach is looking for. It doesn't matter. Even if you didn't make the play, just your hustle is what really
stands out. So
yeah,
definitely.
Go ahead.
Definitely, because this year, my junior year, I didn't really get targeted a lot. So I was just really on the field trying to make plays for myself. And then I just like at our school, we never talk about we always talk about running to the ball and never give up. So every time I get a chance to chase somebody down, I'm going to get them.
How frustrating is that when you know the quarterback is not going to look to the side of the field for the entire game?
So really it started kind of like after week 2. I didn't get target till about like week 7 then. So I went a long time on target. I mean, it's kind of really frustrating, but at the same time, you gotta stay positive and keep your mind on track. Cause like as soon as you get clouded, that's when they gonna start coming at you.
I hear you. We're going to talk about the defensive coaches in the next segment, but Before we segue into segment two, everyone talks about Coach Riley's vision. How close is this program to being back as a program that just everybody fears?
Definitely. I say this program we're definitely going to bring it back. Just this class really. We really this class have a mindset of wanting to bring this program back, and I feel like if we all come in and do what we're supposed to do, this class and USC football will be back immediately.
That's exciting to hear. All right, I've got a few more questions for you up in the next segment, so let me take care of some business here first. If you ever check your bank account, you're wondering, where did all my money go? Every now and then it just happens. If you're like me, you just spend money, and then when it's time to pay a bill, you're like, oh no. Between dining out, shopping online, traveling, entertaining, whatever. This is where Monarch Money comes in. It's like having your own personal CFO, giving you full visibility, total control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, all of your investments, spending, do it all in one place. You can manage your money and start building your wealth. And you're going to love the convenience. It's an all-in-one app. You don't have to have a bunch of different applications to do this. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's at monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. Yeah, I apologize if there's some sort of feedback going on here, but we're doing the best we can right now. All right, so okay. You're in LA. Yes, I recognize behind you. I've stayed there as well.
Yes, sir.
I know you're at the USC session. I'm going to call it the sessions camp that was on Monday. Talk about the coaching styles, the way that they practice with the players, because you're out there right now, kind of getting firsthand look at it.
So my mindset coming to the sessions was really just showing that they didn't pick the wrong guy. Really, just show them what I really have, show them everything in me. And then the sessions also helped me learn some new things, kind of learn a little bit of the coverages, really. Then just seeing how Coach Reed and Coach Belt kind of like coach and go through it with their guys, and it's kind of like some of the similar things I've done, but really just kind of taking their knowledge of what they think I should work on and really applying that to my game, so I can. Because every day I really just try to chase perfection, and just them giving me little tips will help me chase it. So, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Coach Reed was the last coach brought on during the offseason. And he told me when he was introduced to the media that he got into coaching because of Pete Carroll. And, he said when he took over, it was like, I asked him, what are you looking for in a cornerback when you're recruiting? And he said, I just don't want dogs. I want dogs that bite. So after that sessions camp Monday, I was talking to Coach Belk and Coach Reed. To say that they're excited about you would be an understatement. I'm not going to bring up some of the names that they were comparing you to, but who do you compare yourself to? Who do you model your game after in the pros?
So I'll say I mainly kind of model my game after Denzel Ward, because like I kind of have a connection with him, because I work out with him sometimes.
Okay.
But really, I kind of really picture myself as Mike. He played at Michigan. Just because of the size, he's a dog. He could really play anywhere on the field, and that's how I imagine myself. I really believe that my height and size don't matter as long as if I feel like I just go out there and be a dog and let my game do the talking. And actually, when I'm out there, I just think I'm the biggest person on the field.
I talked about your chase down speed a little while ago. How fast are you in the 100? You run a 4.340, which, like I said, that's fast. What are you doing in that 100?
So to be honest, I really don't know. I don't run track at my school, so I haven't ran 100 since my freshman year.
Okay.
So I don't really know what my time in the 100 is.
Is your track coach wondering why you're not out there? Is he bugging you all the time?
Kind of, really. Sometimes. I mean, I just tell him I just focus on football. Yeah.
Is that really the only sport you focus on? You don't do anything else?
No, sir. It's the only sport I play.
All right. All right. Are you? I believe you're going to be enrolling early in 2026. Um, I'm sure you've looked at some of the schedules. Ohio State comes to town your first year. You're at USC, and I bring that up because I love these quotes from your head coach at Archbishop Tobin, Tim Tyrell.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, he said, "Quote: He's 100% ready for the next level. The bigger the game, the more hyped up he gets, and the harder he practices. Typically, really good athletes find motivation in weird spots. He's one of those kids that is constantly trying to be better than the next person, improve, but he's the best at what he does. It's a great fit for him and USC. For him, it wasn't about anything about who was ranked. It was where he felt most comfortable and felt that family atmosphere. He wanted somebody to get him ready for the next stage after football. He told me it's different weather-wise, but USC reminded him a lot of why he chose Tobin. It was just a great opportunity for him." That first part of the quote, where the bigger the game, the harder you practice. Let me start this way. How hard was it for you to say, "Sorry, Ohio State, I'm going to USC"? And then how are you looking? Can you not wait to play that game in 2026?
Can you repeat that question? You kind of like cut out.
Sure. I apologize. So the first part, how difficult was it for you to say no to the hometown school?
So really, it was very difficult for me to say no to the hometown school because I actually loved Ohio State a lot. Just being there, just always my sophomore year, I was always there. It was just a place I thought I was really going to be. I just loved it there, but it was kind of very hard. I was really kind of in Coach T's office, kind of like panicking when I know I had to make that call and tell him I'm not going there.
Like I said, in 2 years, you're going to be playing Ohio State. Right? What's going to be going through your mind at that time?
Me playing my hometown, is really just I'm gonna be excited, just to play against them. They got great dogs. I'm gonna go out there and just give it everything I have. I live in big moments, and I want to compete against the best. So me going out there is I'm just showing them why I belong here.
Well, I'm going to go on record and call it right now. Your first play from scrimmage will be a pick six, and you're not going to push off, and it's going to stand in the record book. How's that?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
All right, we got one more segment to go. By the way, Elbert, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your first name? Do you prefer being called Rock? What do you prefer?
It don't really matter to me. I just prefer whatever you want to call me. It don't really faze me. So.
Well, you've got the nickname Rock, so I'm going to call you Rock until you tell me not to. All right, this is a show where we kind of peel the curtain back a little bit. Kind of, sort of, who is Elbert when he's not playing football?
Yes, sir.
All right, so rapid response type of question. Maybe you know, maybe you don't right now. What do you think you want to major in when you get to college?
Right now, I want to major in business, kind of get into like the real estate game.
Okay. When you took your visit, did you get to check out the Marshall School of Business?
Yes, sir. I definitely did. I loved it.
Pretty impressive, huh?
Yes, sir. It definitely is.
Right. I don't know if you're a movie guy or not, but if you are, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie. I'll probably say my favorite movie is I'll probably say Love and Basketball because that's probably the movie I've seen the most with my mom. So she loves that movie.
Was your mom a former basketball player?
No, sir. I don't think my mom plays sports. I mean, she kind of says she run track, but I don't really kind of believe it. So.
I hear that. Okay. What are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do when you're just hanging out at home by yourself in your room, whatever?
So last year, recently, I just started trying to learn how to fish. I never caught nothing, but it's just the fun to go out there, hang with a couple of buddies, just talk and try to catch some fish. I would say sometimes I play the game. Not that much, though. I don't really have time. And I don't really like the game all like that how I used to. But then I would say it's either I'm out with my friends. We'll probably go like play golf or something, play basketball, or I'm chilling with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Kind of those are things I like to do.
So, fishing, it's all about, it's not really what you caught, it's what you tell everybody you caught. One this big, right? Every time you caught it this big. All right. Favorite.
You're kind of cutting out. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are you're in high school right now? What are your favorite classes?
I mean, I say my favorite class that I have taken was PE. It's just having fun, learning new games. Like we learned pickleball. I learned how to play pickleball. So just learning new things in PE. But then I would probably say my favorite class is probably either English or U.S. history, just because the teachers in that class. I mean, they're pretty funny. So
those are the two classes that Madden Reardon also brought up. So you guys have a lot in common. What is your dream car? You got as much money as you want. What is your dream car? What are you driving?
I'll probably say like a Lamborghini truck. Yours probably.
Okay. All right. Last meal. You could have whatever you want, as much as you want. What are you piling on your plate?
I mean, I don't really eat that much, so I'll probably say I'm gonna take like probably like a steak or like some fries.
When you're at USC, have you checked out Little Galen yet? See how they feed you over there?
I went there. Little G, I went there.
Yeah. You're going to be eating. You're not going to have a choice. All right. A couple more questions, and then I'm going to let you go here.
Okay.
This one's important.
Okay.
Hot dog, mustard or ketchup?
Ketchup.
All right. That's the first bad answer, but we'll take it. If you could have your own walkout music when you're out of the tunnel, what's your vibe?
I don't really know the name of the song, but it kind of goes like, "Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun?" Something like that.
Okay. All right. I'll snap that in with Shazam and see what comes up for me.
Okay.
All right. And now, last question for you. Mama's boy or dad's food? Who are you turning to when you got problems you want to talk about them?
Grandma.
Oh, there's an answer. There's an answer. Okay. You were the first person who stepped out of that box.
Grandma.
Mentioning grandma is always a good thing.
Yeah, that's like my best friend.
Wow. Okay. I want to end it there because for me, that's fantastic. That tells me you have an old soul, you respect family, you know where it starts and where it ends. So
yes, sir.
I think that's a perfect place to end this as well. Elbert, thank you so much. I apologize for the poor audio on my side. I see you leaning in and trying to understand it. Technical stuff. I do apologize. We'll do this again. I'm going to keep in touch with you throughout your senior season because up on campus, USC will put you through that process, and I won't be able to talk to you until then when you're done with practice. So we're going to get at least one more time. So until then, everyone, thank you. This is Elbert Rockhill, the #1 player from the state of Ohio, coming to USC. Until the next episode, everyone, you know what to do.
Right on.
There it is.